between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
We've got to wedge that, huh? And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
They'll run for the first time with a former Buckeye, Mike Weber. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Go. Check nickel.
Brissett sets to throw it. Now he'll let it go deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
Watch the edge. Ship. Whip.
On 3rd down, Brissett. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Watch twist. 22, jet, bomber. 22, jet, bomber. 26. You got to get that.
From the gun, here's Watson. Forced out to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
6-man. Check curls. Hey, 59.
Throwing again is Watson. Buying time to his left. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Check 52. 49. Check 49. Check. Hey, alert. 59. Go. Ship. Check. Check hot route. Hot. Hey, 31.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. That's good for a first down. Here's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Hey, it's our house.
24. 25.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Check safety, check safety. Check, check, check. Check 24.
29.
On first and 10, Watson flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Mike 27. Watch the run.
Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
Danny. Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
Watson now throwing again. Flush to his right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
Here's Brissett. That one complete to Wilkins, the running back. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10.
Second and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Brissett. It's complete to Chris Conley. 4 catches for him in the wild card win a week ago, and he's got his first here, and it's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Now Weber. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Mike Weber, 31 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
At their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. At that time, the tackle by Malik Hooker.
Brings up second and 10.
Throwing on second down. Watson being chased out left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Alert 3. Alert 3.
24.
Lucky. Check.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. Had to pass there, third and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for third and short, because when it's third and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10. On first down, Weber. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check. Fresno.
Hey, watch edge.
Slam.
Switch. Go.
Out of the gun, Brissett. Looking deep for Hilton. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, 83 yards. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
This one fielded at the 5. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a...
Through an opening, and there he goes. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 63 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check 13.
Check 3. Check 64. Wait.
Check 25.
Here's Weber. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Shift. Out.
To throw is Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ziggy Ansah drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Hill on the return. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Like 88!
Hey, we heavy on the edges. Heavy.
24.
Mostert. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Check Mike 27.
31.
Check tight. Check tight.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
Hey, let's get this. Get this.
Orbit.
Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike.
24.
No gain on this defense. No gain. Watch that. Watch that. Watch that.
Safe. Shift. Watch the shift.
9 go.
Looking to throw on second down. Watson, he'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A big play there. 42 yards. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go.
Hatchet.
A run for Weber. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going.
Don't say nothing.
He's checking. Crack.
Kill.
Same on.
Hey, turn it up. Check 37.
Check.
Bravo. Go.
Back's mine.
Brissett now. Looking deep for Hilton. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. That's a first down and then some, a 32-yard pickup. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 39-yard line. These two teams all tied after one.
Bang, squeeze. Bang. Tighten up. 6 guys. Check. Under 10. 10.
Shift. Chogo.
Check 50.
Brissett to throw on first. He's got the hook up with Conley. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And not much running room. Down to the 32. The Colts on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Hey, check 24.
Check. Let's go.
Throwing. Brissett. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Under crunch.
Kill.
Short.
Now Brissett on 4th down. And he's got his man Hilton. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Brissett now 7 of 10 here in this first half. And he's got a 1st and 10.
Check. Wide. Get wide.
Watch safety creep. Watch. Safety's creeping.
SOS, SOS, SOS. Haywood, Haywood. SOS, SOS.
Joker. Joker, Joker. 41 Mike. 41.
Brissett looking for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Chris Conley there to make the grab. And the Colts have taken the lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
Hey,
Fuzz.
field, D. Let's get off the field.
Here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
What is that? 19, 24.
Ready?
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. Smoke.
All day, Bianco. Hey, check Mike 27.
Watson on 3rd down. He is going to find Hill here. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Watch the ship. Watch out.
Now Mostert. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Watch the edge.
24.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Watson on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Tight dog. Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Keep it up, defense.
To throw again. Watson. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Hey, let's get some penetration here.
Zoom.
Some penetration.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
Got you, bro.
Out of the gun, Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they keep those sticks moving forward, that time with a gain of 3. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
2nd and 1 at the 28-yard line.
Let's get it.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Quarterback D-line. Get that quarterback D-line.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down.
45. Check 49.
Here's Mostert. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Hey, he's coming to you. He's coming to you. Motion. Hey. Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Tighten up, tighten up.
3rd and 2, Watson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very event. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Taking it in from 7 yards away as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch.
We got this. 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Watch the squeeze. Slam. Sponge. No. Check 3. Go. Check 3.
He's coming. Double up.
Echo. Go. Motion.
They just get the play off. Now Brissett. And his pass incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Check 24. Pick the edge. Go. That's it. Mike 41. You got nothing today. You got nothing. Yeah. Right here, 41 Mike.
On 3rd down, Brissett looking deep for Hilton. It got his man complete. The 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, 76 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. Do you think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Kill. 55. Orbit.
Now it's Watson. Flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
And incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
55. Alert.
Wahoo.
Mike 27. Mike 27.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
From the gun, here's Watson sliding out of the pocket. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Kenny Moore that time there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. $12 yards on the return that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield and try and hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Watch the screen. Bravo. Hey, 4-1's Mike. 4-1's Mike.
Gut. Watch the twist.
Mike 41. We got to wedge that, huh?
I got him.
41's the Mike. 41's the Mike. Check 41. Here we go, G. Check 26.
Here's Brissett. Now he's going to go deep down the... And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Hot seven, hot seven.
Mike 41, Mike 41.
I'm coming. 22, jet, bomber. 22, jet, bomber. Jet,
To throw, Brissett. Incomplete.
Brissett's pass thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's second down and 10.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10.
check, 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 check.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. A 33-yarder from the left hash. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Let's get off the field.
24.
Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
Hey, me and you all day. All day.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Going to throw right side here. Complete.
I got you, boy.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
Let's go, defense.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 31-yard line. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
This is Mostert. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Come on, let's go. Kill. Hey, 31. Hey, alert. Turn up.
On 2nd and 7, Watson. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Let's go. Hey, 54. Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. Hayward. Come on, QB.
Watson operating from the gun. Steps away to his left. And that will be incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
And this one is right down the middle. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
First down.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Switch.
They'll run with the former Ole Miss Rebel, Jordan Wilkins. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Come on, boy. Don't be scared of it. Switch. Check 4. Check 99. Check 99. 41's the mark.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Easy work. It's easy work. It's coming again.
It's a gain of 2 yards.
41's the mic.
3rd
Hey, we got to get to the ball, D. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Converge. Hey, back. Switch.
Now Brissett. Looking deep here for Ibra. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Eric Ebron, 52 yards. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Bryant's extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
50's the mic. 50's the mic. Here we go, D. Hey, just go.
Throwing again is Watson. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
A Hall of Fame coach once said there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or two. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. And to give this time to the tailback. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Watson. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 26. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Another Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Set. 26. Coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Hey, check Mike 20. Mike 27. Here we go.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
Hey, here we go. Watch it.
From the red zone now, Watson. Forced out to his left. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Watch QB drop. Hey, check Mike.
Now Watson to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
3rd down and 10 yards to go.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Hey, check Mike 20. Check Mike 27. Ricky.
Mike 27, Mike.
To throw is Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. Flushed out right. He gets this one to Johnson. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point's not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got to the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
First down, Colts.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you.
Watch that, watch that, watch that.
Say. Right stone. Come on.
They'll run again here with Weber. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 34-yard line.
Come on, set. And read. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Check three.
On 2nd down now, it's Weber. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Weber, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 4th down. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
I
don't know about that. Super toe.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, 55. 64.
Zoom.
Hey, 59.
Check.
Bang, 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 bang. Tighten up.
Sign him up.
Here's Watson. Going to throw again.
Under 10.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
Alert.
Chef.
Check. Hey, 59. Sign him up.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Flush to his right.
36.
Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 25 yards that time. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
At the 47-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Echo. Mike 27.
Watson looks to throw again, eluding the pressure right. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down. Now, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd and 9.
Check 31. Check. Alert. Crunch. Down, go.
Again, it's Watson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. 53 yards as his guys are back within a single score. A big spot now for the Texans as they'll try for two.
It's our time. Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
To the air yet again, Watson. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot. In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
SOS.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Joker. Orbit. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the squeeze. 80 weapons. Watch out.
Kill.
Rocket.
On 2nd down, it's Weber. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
He's checking crab. Watch the edge. Go. Ship. Whip. Go. Watch the whip. Wahoo.
Brissett now. And able to find Conley. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. In the wild card game last week, he had 4 catches, and now he has his 4th catch here. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Weber. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Brissett. And he can't throw away. He's taken down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
they practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot.
He's got a man complete. 20, 10, 5. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Sponge. No. Check three.
Here's Brissett. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
You gonna see me in your nightmares.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Brissett.
Check.
And he's got his man Hilton. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
Hey, tight down. There you go.
He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough way for it to end.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.